So Real Madrid's team always evolves every single season, unlike 2021. But that is a conversation for another day. But this video, we're going to be looking at who is in danger of losing their spots in the team. The players I will mention are not players that will necessarily leave the club, but they definitely could lose their spots. And we're starting off with Thibaut Courtois. He just re-injured himself. We all wish that he returns. I don't think anyone really thought he would be playing this season because coming from an ACL and then with a torn meniscus, it's unfortunate for him, but at the end of the day, we have Andre Lunin and Kepa, with Lunin being our main goalkeeper. So with Lunin, he is in strong contention for replacing Courtois. So the question is, when Courtois returns, will he lose his spot or will Lunin lose his spot? That is the situation we are in. We don't know who's gonna sit bench because Lunin has proved himself, and I think we'll have a good answer on this once the Man City tie is over, because then we can see from there if Lunin is actually a good Courtois successor and whether or not he can actually replace him. So the next one is Dani Ceballos. I'm a fan of Ceballos, but this season I know he signed a new contract and it's a 4-year deal, which means he has 3 more years left with the club. But with upcoming players like Nico Paz, Arda Güler, all these young players are playing well and they could very well play instead of him. So with Dani Ceballos, who we loaned out to Arsenal on numerous occasions, he's been a good squad player, but he has a danger of actually just being sold, either on loan or permanent. And I remember a report in 2023 where they mentioned that Ceballos is open to being sent out on loan. That is apparently a part of his contract. So don't be surprised if you see Ceballos get loan next season. Next up, it's Joselu. I know what you're thinking, he's not a first team player, he's a bench player, but I'm thinking for the future because Endrick will soon be joining up with the squad. Kylian Mbappe is a possibility. We don't know where Joselu fits into all of this. In my personal opinion, I think the loan is going to expire and I think Joselu will go back to Espanyol. But also think of it like this. What if Joselu has a great season? What if he ends up being super important for our season? Will he then stay? And that is the questions we have. His spot is in danger of being the second choice striker because Mbappe will be joining. And I know I mentioned Mbappe and Endrick. This also plays a huge impact in Rodrigo's minutes. Rodrigo either could or could not fit in the system once Mbappe joins. If Ancelotti decides that Rodrigo doesn't have to be on the pitch, they will definitely go for Vinny and Mbappe up front. This leaves us with questions. Where will Rodrigo play? Will he play? Will he be a bench player? And Rodrigo is not doing himself any favors because this season he has been on and off, just a downward spiral, then he goes back up, then down again. It's like a chart. With Rodrigo, we're just going to have to see. Next up, it's Nacho. And I know I've been speaking negative about Nacho. You have to also understand that he's not playing at his best. He's not in the best of form. Rafa Marin returns next season. There's rumors that Leniero will also join. And that leaves us with, we have Alaba, Rudiger, Militao. Those 3 are not leaving. Nacho could, because we can't have Yaro and Marin in the same team with Nacho also there. But at the end of the day, we also know there's rumors that Nacho will get a contract renewal. Next up, Ferland Mendy. He's 28 years of age, solid left back, but you also have to think in the future. Real Madrid are eyeing up very talented young left backs. We have Ferran Garcia. Alphonso Davies is on the table. Whether the deal gets done this upcoming summer or in the following 2025 summer, we either could sign Alphonso Davies for 40 million or we could sign him as a free agent. And to me, selling Mendy is probably what's best for the business part of this whole thing. Honorable mentions. Jesus Vallejo, who's on loan by Granada, but he's doing nothing at Granada. He's genuinely doing nothing. He's regressing as a player. When we brought him in, he was one of those players who had the highest potential and it all fell flat. He's now at Granada. He's set to return next season, but Real Madrid are going to sell him. Vallejo, I know he's the GOAT in the fan base, everybody respects him, but This season at Granada, he has not impressed. So with Vallejo, I know it's a bit sad that he's going to leave, but at the end of the day, there is no place for him. And I know, he's a good squad player, he's always reliable, he can play whenever he wants to play, and that's the good thing about him. He does not complain about taking a reserve role, and when he does play, he puts on a decent performance. But for Granada, as I said, it's just not been that good. Reinier Jesus, the young Brazilian who we brought in, who Real Madrid brought in, as another Vinny, Rodrigo, Hendrik type of situation. Brazilian, we all thought he's going to make it. Unfortunately, he was loaned a bit too much in my opinion. He could have been used this season, and instead of being loaned out to that Italian side. But Reinier, I know he's been good there from the beginning of the season, but so far I've heard nothing really about him. I don't know if he's improving, if he's not. With Reinier, I don't know where it goes. He's 21. Are Real Madrid going to sell him or keep him? It's really a very questionable thing. They invested so much money into him. Do they use him for pre-season next season? I think that's the way. Use him for pre-season. Don't do what you did in the previous years where you just don't include him in pre-season. I think that hinders the young player, and we don't know what he's capable of doing at Real Madrid because he's not played for Real Madrid. He only played for Castilla, and that's not enough. We need to see what he can do alongside his friends, Vinny, Rodrigo, and we just have to see. We have to see what he's about before Real Madrid make an action and sell this guy. And this is the last one. This one, he never actually had a spot at Real Madrid, but Marvin Park, I've seen him. He's actually good for Las Palmas. Surprisingly, he's good at right midfield, good at wing back, even good at right back. And I know Real Madrid wanted Jan Couto in the middle of the season, and I feel Marvin Park has a similar profile to a Jan Couto. He's a very attacking, wise right back. But that's it for now. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash a like and subscribe. It really helps me out and helps push this video out.